Alright, good afternoon or good evening. Maulan, pero masaya po kami dahil Miyerkules na naman. So kasama niyo po si Sportsman Gab for Rated G, Gab Friends on a Wednesday, August 18, 2021. Kumusta na po kayo? At welcome po muna natin. Agad-agad, wala nang intro. Miss JAMIE Lim, 2019 SEA Games Gold Medalist. Kumusta?
Hi Gab. Thanks for having me. Okay naman lahat. ECQ na naman, pero doing okay.
Ano pala yung, first question ko nga pala, ano pala pinagkakabalan mo these past days sa inyong personal life, at ang inyong karate career, as well as counting down to the last day of ECQ sa Friday, pero balita natin, may extend daw dahil daming fans na pumapasok.
Actually, since nakauwi po, I've just been continuing to train mga maintenance and everything. And I've been preparing to apply for my master's sana po next year. So, yun lang. Just training and preparing for master's po.
Uy nga pala, master's. Balita ko dun sa isa sa mga interviews mo sa UP, parang related dun sa graduate mong course sa mathematics.
I wanna take my master's abroad po sana and in data science. Yeah.
Ayun. At syempre, nakapagbakasyon ka na rin sa El Nido, di ba?
Yes po. Finally, after long training po, yung bubble training and being abroad, yung na-miss ko po yung family. So we all went to El Nido. And tas maayos naman po, parang bubble type din siya. So okay naman po, healthy and safe naman kami. And ayun, pagbalik namin ECQ na naman po.
Syempre mag-iingat pa rin po tayo kasi alam natin dumarami yung mga variants na pumapasok. Saka I think 14,000 na yung cases sa araw-araw or 15 or 10,000 papabago yung standings natin. Kaya it's okay, mag-iingat pa rin po tayo kahit being an athlete.
Yes po. Yeah. Sana like this ECQ, sana kumonte na po yung cases and bumaba yung, ayun po. I hope everyone stays safe.
Okay, let's go back dun sa karate. Right now, meron kayo mga online training kasama yung mga teammates mo sa karate team, particularly sa komite na, galing kayo sa Paris. So, para ano naman adjustments mo? Sila wala nung nagkaroon kayo ng online training, saka kanya-kanya pagsasanay kayo sa mga bahay nila, abang sarado yung mga training centers na trainingan mo.
It's very difficult kasi back to last year na naman po kami. I mean, we were in the same situation last year na online training lang and kanya-kanya po kami. So like being able to train sa Inspire and sa Turkey with people, bumabalik kami sa adjustment to last year. So I guess we just have to improvise na naman po. Mahirap pero we have no other choice naman po. So we're getting by naman.
So isa sa mga napansin ko meron ka ring sariling gym at the comfort of your home na pwede mo mag-lift weights, visualize yung mga tricks and styles mo para makasabay mo sa ibang teammates sa online training habang di pa nakabukas that time yung training center ata sa Pasig. So para sa ating sa training mo at sa inyong gym?
Actually, yes. Swerte po ako to have that gym kasi like it was there since I was high school po. Wala lang kasi it was an empty space like our attic before. Tas inisip po namin ni mom na gumawa ng gym for my karate and because she's also into fitness a lot. So we both use it every day. And until now, super swerte namin because perfect siya for like the pandemic style na we're only at home and then we can't go out. So I make the most of it po kasi during our online training dun po kami. Tas I have the mats just like sa karate po. And we also have machines and weights and everything na kailangan po.
Ano ang mga observations mo ni Coach Okay Alpha, yung head coach niyo sa karate sa inyong virtual training and even dun sa training bubble?
Oh, yes. Well, mahalaga po na he's here. I mean, malaking bagay that he gets to still watch us kahit papaano, kahit sa Zoom lang. And with his training plan and his program, it's going well naman po. I mean, we're doing the most we can, given the situation na wala nga kaming training partner. So yun, I think we're doing good naman po in terms of like maximizing yung what we can do. Training bubble, it was good din po. I mean, it's been a year since him, or like a few months after SEA Games yung last time na we saw him. Tas nag 1 year pandemic po, and we saw him only in Inspire a few weeks after we got there and in Turkey. So okay naman lahat po.
And I heard pagbalik mo galing Paris, nakapag-quarantine ka na, tapos nag-vaccinate ka na rin eh. I saw one of your
Yes.
pictures sa Instagram eh. Your inputs on this, may nakaramdam pa bang mga side effects or nagustuhan mo?
Oh. Oh, actually wala po. So when I got home from Paris, nag-quarantine ng 10 days, and then nag-sign up na po kami for QC for with my barangay. And then swerte po nakakuha kami ng slot, and then I took the first dose, and then a month later I took the second dose. And parang the first dose wala naman po masyadong naramdaman. The second was a little more mabigat. Pero I'm okay naman. Parang hindi naman po ako nag-fever or nanghina or anything. So good naman po. And katatapos lang ng 2 weeks after the second dose. So fully effective na dapat po.
Ayun. Malapit ka ng fully protected sa COVID eh.
Hopefully, yeah. Pero mag-iingat pa rin kasi it doesn't protect 100% from the virus. So mindful pa rin.
Okay, balikan natin. 2019 was your comeback year sa karate. Alam natin, after na mag-graduate ka sa UP, nag-decide ka na i-pursue talaga ang pagkakarate full-time at nag-compete ka pa last SEA Games. Nanalo dito. And then tuloy-tuloy na yun. Iba't ibang mga competitions na sinasalihan mo internationally. Paano ba dine-develop ang winning formula ng pagiging karate athlete? At the same time, graduate ka ng summa cum laude sa UP. And also, luckily, pinaalaga ka ng maayos ng inyong mga magulang, si Atty. Darlene, and of course, the PA legend, Sir Samboy Lim.
Yes. Yes po. I think I got it from my parents kasi sila yung examples ko and my role models growing up. So nakikita ko in them like how they work. They really want to be the best in their field, whatever their field might be. So since bata ko, yun po yung nakikita ko. And I was already introduced to karate when I was 6 years old. So for like my developing years, like growing up, I already saw that example, and na-learn ko rin po like the way to win in karate is if you discipline yourself, hard work, sacrifice some stuff to get there to what you want. And tingin ko hindi ko po yun pinakawalan, like that mindset and the values that I learned. That's why I brought it to school po. Kaya going into college, I knew that the sacrifice that time had to be karate kasi I knew na I wanted to focus on academics po. And it's just the same values, yung hard work and pagiging consistent and diligent and studying every day, putting in the work. And nag-pay off po sa to summa cum laude. And after that, I just transferred it back to karate because the new goal that time was SEA Games naman po. So it's really just the same. I think it's the values that I imbibe from them and from learning karate at a young age. So I'm lucky about that. Everything, my environment, situation I was put into. So all of those together, it made it work po for me.
Okay, another SEA Games related question. Kumusta ang feeling na magka-gold medal ka sa harap ng libo-libong tao? As far as I know, nakaharap po yung Indonesia sa finals at swerte mo, napaiyak sa tuwa nung naginto ka eh. Ano nararamdaman mo mga emosyon nung oras na nanalo ka ng gold medal? At masaya ka na nakukuha mong suporta ng tao sa loob man ng venue sa World Trade Center ata or sa online?
Yeah.
Anong
Opo. The feeling of yung SEA Games po, ibang like it was like the best feeling ever po kasi kasama na doon yung like the 5 months of hard work and yung mga talo ko before that and yung mga doubts na parang hindi ata tama na bumalik ako, parang masyadong hilaw pa. And like the continuous support of my family and of the whole Philippines. Like naalala ko pa yung opening ceremony ng SEA Games. It was so special to me kasi ang daming Filipinos na hindi ko kilala but are there to support the athletes. Kaya ang sarap ng feeling po talaga to be a Filipino then. And it was special that the SEA Games 2019 was held in the Philippines. Kaya big factor po yung yun for me to come back after like 4 years of not doing karate. So super special yun and all of those emotions and just hearing the crowd, hearing my family and getting to win the gold medal in front of them. Ang laking bagay po. Kaya now that nagka-pandemic, everything changed, I guess. And the atmosphere was super different. Sa mga competitions, wala na pong crowds and everything. And I can't do it in front of my family or the people I love. So I guess that changed. And that was the biggest change po siguro. Kasi it really was a great feeling playing in front of them.
Pagkatapos nito, ano ba mga tournaments na sinalihan mo bago nagsimula yung pandemic?
So after SEA Games, meron po kaming sinalihan in Chile noong January and Ukraine noong February. So yeah, doon po. And then we were supposed to have another tournament in Turkey. Pero yun po, nagsa-start na yung pandemic noon. So everything was getting canceled and all the countries started locking down. So we had to come home early. And nag-cancel din naman eventually yung tournament po. So yun na yung last. I only had 2 tournaments after SEA Games. Tas lockdown na.
Every time na mananalo ka dun ng iba't ibang mga medals dun sa mga competitions, masasabi bang confidence booster, baka physically o mentally, kapag nakaharap ko yung ilang mga top-rated karatekas from around the world?
Yes po. I mean, especially after SEA Games, kasi alam ko po yung mga kalaban ko noon, we're not easy opponents. As in, world champion na po dati yung ka-finals ko, the Indonesian, tas CAF champion po yung Vietnamese, yung semi-finals ko po. And so they were really big personalities in the karate world. So I know na parang kahit 5 months of training lang and kinaya ko yun, what more if I did more training and given more time. So that was a confidence booster for me. And in my first world competition, parang I lost to this Ukrainian girl and she was ranked number 11. Tapos ako parang 200 something kasi hindi pa po ako sumasali ever. And I only lost by decision kasi 0-0 po kami. So hindi ako natalo by a landslide. Pero it was super close and decision lang. So all of those things put together, parang na-build yung confidence and sinasabi kong kaya if only I had more training po, which I was willing to do.
No, nagsimula yung mga lockdowns, what comes to your mind during the months of the quarantine, yung mga ECQ, nalungkot ka o nasasaktan ka ba nung nainto muna pansamantala yung training? Sinabi mo, you have to go home early from training para kasama ka dun sa family mo. At paano mo na-outcome in the succeeding months to train art kahit nasa bahay ka na?
Yeah. Well, nung umuwi nga kami early, we were very shocked because akala ko parang it would just be 2 weeks of lockdown and then everything would be back to normal. But it was much worse because 2 weeks became a month and it became 2 months, tas na-extend to like the whole of 2020. And na-move po. So the tournament in Paris was supposed to happen in May 2020. Na-move siya to 2021. So initially, I thought na parang I was just gonna look on the brighter side na, okay, I have an extra year to train and I just really wanted it. So kahit anong training yun, I'm gonna do it as best as I can. Pero now looking back, I see that yung con naman nun was like not having tournaments, not having face-to-face training, and it's malaking bagay po yun sa training. And kulang yung just conditioning and just working on your own. Kasi especially in our event na sparring, you really need to read your opponent, you need to play with other people and spar with other athletes, actually experience tournaments before the actual thing. So yun yung may pros and may cons, and back then I just tried to look on the brighter side para focus pa rin po.
At kahit pa paano, may naiambag ka na malaki para sabihin natin tumulong sa mga kababayan natin na sa panahon ng COVID-19. In fact, nagkaroon pa kayo ng IG Live na fundraiser dati kasama si Miss Agatha Wong na magigis ko pa sa Sabado sa Rated G. Kumusta ang
Yes
research nyo
po.
na talaga yung pagtulong nyo sa mga hospitals at communities na apektado ng COVID-19? I think nung April yun naganap, di ba?
It was super heartwarming po, and I was so happy that I got to do it with Agatha. She's a super close friend of mine sa national team. And nakakatuwa lang po because we had fun doing it, as in it was super enjoyable kahit without the cost. And then to add the cost pa. So parang we were able to, I hope, inspire like young girls and athletes and the people who were watching through our IG lives, and at the same time help and raise funds for the COVID patients and for the frontliners. So we got almost 350,000 pesos po from the donors na super thank you talaga. We didn't expect it to be that much kasi sobrang basic lang po ng ginawa namin, just 5 IG live sessions. And then we were able to reach so many hospitals po, and they're all in our IG, pero some examples are PGH, the QC halls, yung mga all the
QC
QC
hospitals.
patients. Yes, QC hospitals po. So we were in contact with the QC LGU, with the mayor po. And ayun, we were able to help. And kasi inspiration ko po noon yung ninong ko, yung brother ng mom ko, si Dr. Berberabe. He works in PGH. So siya yung una kong naisip, and he was the inspiration of why we thought of doing this po. So we're just super happy to help, and you can check it out, yung lahat ng recipients and beneficiaries ng donation namin.
You're setting a good example sa mga athletes at kasama na rin iba mga national athletes na kahit pa paano pinalo yung ginawa niyo na pagtulong sa ating mga frontliners natin. Even Idelin, si Maxine Esteban, and others as well.
It feels so nice to see that when athletes do this, because may platform po talaga, like may following yung athletes, and for them to be doing that, to do their part and help, parang naka-inspire po, and people may want to be like them, and they'd want to do their extra work and help them po. So naka-inspire lang to see these other athletes working for the others din po.
Tapos nasundan pa ng isa pang project with Milo, yung pagbibigay ng mga Milo packs sa mga community pantries sa buong Metro Manila. Marami kasi mga mahihirap na apektado ng COVID-19. Kailangan pa nila ng sapat na pagkain para matustos sa pamumuhay nila.
Yes. I remember this po. I was in Turkey back then, and I saw that people were organizing many community pantries, and I just really wanted to help po in some way. And so I contacted Milo, and then I asked if they would be willing to support me in this little project na to help out in some community pantries. So I chose like 4 community pantries to help, and they're also in my IG. And I'm just super happy na kahit like I donated some Milo sachets, and it's not really like the rice that will feed you or like make them full, but I think it makes them happy. So malaking bagay din po yun, yung helping out in that small way. Parang it made me feel good to contribute at least to some community pantries, because I really love the idea of it po.
Okay, fast forward tayo to this year, yung kampanya mo. Nakapag-training bubble kayo sa Inspire Sports Academy sa Laguna and also sa Turkey. Basically, dalawang phases yung training mo before yung Paris tournament. Kumusta naging experience mo doon at may mga natutunan ka ba mga bagong techniques at syempre nakaharap mo rin yung mga world-class na karateka sa Turkey na ka-level din ng mga nagko-qualify na sa Olympics?
The Inspire training was really nice kasi, well, first, excited na po kaming makabalik sa training with each other. And although 6 lang kami, we tried to make the most of it. And we really used the equipment, the beautiful equipment, as much as we could. And parang super sinulit namin yung stay namin in Inspire. And then in Turkey naman, it was just also 6 of us there, or 5 of us. And then, okay naman po yung training. And although medyo limited pa rin, we weren't able to train with the Turkish the whole time kasi they were strict about like protocols and the bubble and stuff. So we just got a chance to like sharpen our techniques and our strategy and really just try them out po. Unfortunately, wala po kami masyadong tournament na nasalihan before the actual fight. Pero we tried to make the most of what we had with the training po.
Solid kasi ang training bubble nyo kahit nawalay ka sa inyong pamilya dyan sa Pilipinas. Nakausap po ba sila during the duration of your training bubble?
Oh, all the time po. So I really draw my support from the family. Like we're super close and I call them almost every day po. Like from my mom to the siblings of my mom and the whole mom side with my lola and my dad. So ayun po, medyo we're always in touch because I really draw support from them po.
Speaking of training bubble, kumusta nakuha ninyong suporta galing sa Karate Pilipinas, ang BSC, and even Inspire para maging matagumpay ang training bubble ninyo before Paris?
We were really lucky po talaga with Inspire. I mean, we didn't expect it to be that nice kasi first time po namin sa Inspire and we were just really amazed po with the facilities and with the testing every other week. So we just felt really safe and we also felt good na we were able to train together. And yun po, that was such a relief and it was so nice staying there. Parang we were at peace and that was like super thankful po kami sa support noon.
Okay, during the Paris qualifiers, you went toe-to-toe with a Armenian sa first one, pero di ka napalad na makakukuha ng Olympic berth after losing to an Australian rival. Ang score kasi
Oh wait, sorry. Yung first round ko po was Austrian and then the second was Tunisian.
Ayun, nagbabalik.
Yes po.
2-3 ang score sa finals eh. Could you give us an assessment on those matches? At anong naging factor mo kung bakit medyo hindi napalad tayo na makakuha tayo ng Olympic berth sa Tokyo?
Okay, so yung first round ko po was a previous world champion from Austria. And her world rank was number 19 and I was 272. So it looked like an impossible feat already in the first round because of my ranking and her ranking. She was fresh from 3 tournaments right before the Paris qualifiers and I had 0. And so parang the odds didn't look so great. Pero I really studied her, especially because I knew that she was the first round and she was gonna be tough. And so like just with the theory of it, I tried to make it work and it did po. So luckily nanalo po 3-2. So it was super close, but gumana naman po. And it felt like a finals match to me because she was really good and really fast, really skilled, experienced and all. But I was able to win. So that really boosted my confidence na parang kahit super limited yung training ko compared to her and my experience also, kaya naman pala. And then the second girl was also very ranked high. She's from Tunisia and then she was a Mediterranean champion, African Games champion. So also very experienced. And in my category, they collapsed the 2 categories, minus 68 and plus 68. So she was from plus 68 and ako yung sa minus. And my weight was really light compared to hers. And she got away with like a sweep technique and that was already worth 3 points po. So and then she's a very good defensive player po. So I really struggled trying to get back because I've never played in that type of category. So kinulang po ako sa exposure in that sense na I never fought a girl like her with that strength. So but I tried naman po and I guess it boils down to like the lack of experience and exposure to that type of and it's sad kasi it was not in my hands. Like I wasn't able to compete because there were no available tournaments kasi po pandemic. So yun, that's my assessment po looking back sa Paris.
Naramdaman ka ba na umiyak ka ba nung natalo ka dun sa second round against a Tunisian?
Oh, definitely. And I was actually watching her because she was doing well pa. And I would have had a chance if she made it through the semifinals kasi I would have a chance to repechage. And I was just watching her and she almost made it. Pero sa quarterfinal, she lost against the champion in that tournament. And the last second shot na video review lang po. So, super sad kasi she didn't make it then. And I was rooting for her para nga makapag-repechage ako. But after that, I was just super devastated then. And yun, just really devastated po.
Sayang ang opportunity kasi debut ng karate at isa sa mga pangarap mo noon na makauwi ka ng ginto para sa Pilipinas. Pero hindi tayo napala dahil sabihin natin kulang kasi sa exposure at experience mo doon sa international level. What are your lessons you have taught? At sa tingin mo, itong pagkadapa nitong Paris qualifiers ay magsisilbing stepping stone na rin para bumalik ka ng malakas going into the SEA Games?
Definitely po, because like I don't see it as a 100% loss kasi it's another tournament that adds to my experience. And the first round, yung fighting a world champion and winning against her gives me a lot of hope because nga sobrang against the odds po yung win na yon. But I made it anyway. So it shows me na kaya and it's really not impossible. It's just difficult, just very difficult because of the situation and the pandemic, because like still we're back to lockdowns and it's just like last year po and we're not able to compete again. There are no experiences for tournaments. Ayun, kulang po sa opportunity but kaya naman po. Kaya.
It might be the first and probably last na itong karate sa Olympics, itong Tokyo. Kasi baka tatanggalin na sa ng mga organizers ng Paris 2024. Meron ka bang panawagan sa kanila na dapat isama pa rin ng karate sa 2024 para mabigyan natin ng chance ng mga Filipino karatekas na makapag-qualify para sa bisyong magka-ginto para sa Paris 2024?
Oh, definitely. I hope that Paris reconsiders if there's still a chance. But as far as I know, it's canceled or they really scrapped it to make room for other sports like breakdancing po. Pero of course I would love for karate to still be part of 2024. I hope they reconsider because I don't understand why karate is not part of the Olympics anyway. Like for the longest time. I mean, it's such a famous martial art. And I just hope that this Olympics gives more light to it and puts it up there for others to know about it more.
Ilang taon ka na ba pagdating ng 2024?
Wait, right now I'm 24, so in 3 years, 27 po.
Ayun. So right now, pala Jamie, ilan ka, anong world ranking mo na yun?
Still at 200 plus because I only had the qualifiers and one other tournament in Chile to rank me. So it's not really looking good if I don't get to play more po.
Nako, speaking of Olympics, maganda naging performance ng ating Pinoy Pets, lalo na dalawang lalaki, dalawang babae na nakakuha tayo ng medal sa Tokyo, sina Aidelin, si Nesty, Carlo, at si Yumir. Do you think, in your personal opinion, kaya ba natin maigitan ang record natin pang Paris 2024? Basta makuha natin ang full support coming from the government, private sector, TSC, POC, and the NSAs?
Oh yes, definitely po, because we're only starting from here and we can only go up. And sobrang naka-inspire po silang apat. And I guess the Philippines is looking at the athletes in another light. And sana gumrabe pa po yung support for these athletes kasi it shows na kayang maka-medal and kayang maka-gold because of Heidelin. And I mean, these others are rookies po, like si Nesty, si Carlo ay rookies. And so parang, and silver na agad. So parang kaya talaga. And I'm just super excited for the next po.
What can you say dun sa dumaraming bilang ng mga women athletes ngayon, lalo na sila Aidelin, si Nesty, na nagkampiyon sa iba't ibang mga sporting disciplines at pinatunayan na kaya natin yung mga babae natin na magagaling at kaya mag-champion o magka-gold medal para sa Pilipinas?
Yeah, super inspirational po sila. I mean, like the older generation wouldn't understand like a woman in boxing or a woman in weightlifting po. But I think it's time to actually change that and remove that mindset. Kasi girls can do whatever they want as long as they put their mind into it po. So I hope like the little girls watching, ma-inspire po sila to do sports, get into sports, whatever sport they want without any limitations.
Okay, bago tayo mag-tuloy-tuloy, batiin ko muna yung ilan sa mga nag-follow sa akin. Si Dave Seya, si Dino Lee, si Rina Mabanto ng Pugsay. Binabati ka eh.
Oh, hello. Hi guys. They're all
At
my friends po.
syempre si Alwin eh. Yung isa sa mga best mo. Si Monchi
Opo.
ng Off the Bench. At yung na-interview dati ng isang linggo, si Diego ng Lasallian. Sa
Yes,
show.
si Pirated DVD.
Napanood natin yan. Panoorin mo yung interview niya sa Facebook at YouTube ng DVD show.
Yes.
Okay, tuloy-tuloy tayo. After nito, ano ang future plans mo sa inyong karate career? Are you looking forward na sa during 2022 campaign? Alam natin, magkakasabay-sabay yung IMAG, Asian Games, Asian Beach Games, Winter Olympics, at saka yung SEA Games.
Mm-hmm. I'm just looking forward to next year po because my plans is masters sa September. So like from January to September, I'm all in for like the athlete life and I'm just excited to maximize that po.
Alam ko November yung Asian Games, baka maapektuhan yun yung master's degree mo abroad.
I will play it by ear and I'm going to see how things go. But I'm going to hope that I can still play it for Asian Games po.
Pero hindi ka mag-retire sa sports, di ba? Kahit nag-aaral ka na sa masters. Eh.
I will have to see. I don't want to yet, but tingnan natin.
May plans ka ata na pagkarinig ko dun sa isang interview with a karate official. Magpapalit ka ata ng weight category for the SEA Games 2022. Totoo ba ito?
We haven't discussed it yet, but we'll also see later on as training goes by and we'll do the assessment after po.
Ayun. And then, balita ko, meron kayo sanang training bubble sa Baguio. Yung altitude training ninyo eh. Matutuloy ba ito despite yung pagkatlot niya ng SEA Games for next year? Tapos, ECQ na naman ang at naapektuhan na yung karamihan sa mga members ng national team na nakabase sa Metro Manila. May sinabi ba ang Karate Pilipinas sa inyo na matutuloy na itong training bubble sa Baguio City?
I think we're all just waiting on what happens next po and with the cases and the situation po ng Philippines if they will approve the bubble sa Baguio po. So I think all of us are just waiting po for the for the go signal kung pwede na po.
Isa pang PSC question. Kumusta nga pala yung 20% discount na binibigay sa inyo ng sa mga national athletes ngayon? Even Idolin, napansin rin yung alam natin yung discount eh. Nagagamit mo ba ito sa mga produkto, serbisyo, lalo na yung Starbucks?
Yes, I have po. Pagka-uwi ko from Paris, I got my kit na and my national ID. And nagamit ko po for a while, tapos nag-ECQ. But I was really happy being able to use it for the few weeks na nagamit ko po.
Ayun. So anong gusto mong iling sa PSC, sa government natin, sa private sponsors at sa Karate Pilipinas kung ano mga kinakailangan na kulang sa inyong training? Sinabi mo kanina, kulang ka sa exposure at experience dahil alam natin may pandemya. Ano ba ang nais mong iling na kinakailangan nyo, lalo na yung mga equipment na gagamitin para ma-improve natin yung standings natin international?
I know it's really difficult and super tight, especially during the pandemic po. And budgeting is always very difficult. Pero honestly, I think what the karatekas need is yung really exposure and trying to find competitions, big or small, because even the small competitions you get to learn because it's really needed po talaga sa competition if we really want to win po. Parang magandang learning experience po yun na hindi natatanggal basta-basta. And it's really something more than just training in the bubble po.
Ayun, sana matupad na yan Okay, pupunta naman ako doon sa social media. Nakilala ka with a huge following dahil sa mga, sabihin natin TikTok videos mo aside from dancing, as usual, pinakita din sa mga followers mo yung mga training videos para maging fit and active ka kahit may pandemic. Kumusta ang turnout ng mga nanonood sa inyo? What do we expect in the next coming days sa TikTok?
Well, I'm just having fun. I remember po sa Inspire, dun lang po ako nag-start. And I was just having fun with my teammates. We were just dancing around. Tapos nahihila ko po lahat ng team. Like yung buong team na pipilit ko na po na mag-join ng TikTok. And then it was just super fun. Tapos later on, naging documentation ko na lang po ng training kasi why not? So I just video myself training for accountability na rin po. Tapos yun, nag-enjoy. I'm just posting and posting po to see the training. So, yun lang.
Oy, follow niyo yung TikTok ni Jamie para
Yeah.
training videos eh. Uy, isa akong naisip na question. Kumusta nga pala si Sir Samboy Wim, yung Skywalker? Ano yung condition niya at gaano ka ba pa-proud siya mo sa mga international competitions na inyong sinalihan?
Oh, so my dad is still in his condo and luckily he's safe and hindi po siya nagka-COVID and he's fully vaccinated na rin. Nauna po siya sa akin. And I'm just happy about that po. Malaking relief yun, yung being fully vaccinated. And I haven't gotten to see him kasi super strict po yung place nila and you need a test. And because it's ECQ nga, so nag-heighten yung restrictions. But I'm happy to say na he's doing well and he's doing okay. He's being stable, just like he is po last year.
Si Jamie po ay isang product ng grassroots program. Happy anniversary nga pala sa AAK ni Sir Ricky Lim.
Yes po. So I was in AAK since I was 6 years old po. Tapos doon lang po talaga ako. And first time ko po mag-national team ng 2019. So laking AAK po talaga ako. Like from 6 years old to 18 years old. My training was fully with AAK. And then nag-national team lang po ako for SEA Games.
And apparently, yung isa sa mga miyembro ng Philippine Karate Team na si Joanne Obon, who is based in America, meron siyang sariling dojo teaching some kids sa California to be like her as a world champion. Do you think kaya natin i-emulate ang ginawa ni Joanne pagdating sa grassroots natin?
Oh, yes. I mean, super nakaka-proud din po si John. I mean, she was my roommate, so I saw her working all the time in her room. And I'm just happy to see na it's really going well for her. And naalala ko lang po like what I've been through like when I was young, when I was 6 years old sa karate sa AAK. And sana ipagpatuloy po na ganun because it changed my life po and I am sure it changed a lot of lives of other kids po. So super happy ako sa AAK International Team po.
Isa pang tanong nakalimutan ko rin tanungin eh. May plano ba na training camp abroad? Kasi si Juna Chuki, nagte-training yan din sa Serbia. Ikaw, may plans ka ba?
I'm just waiting on the plan po of Karate Pilipinas. I've been training with the team po like sa Bubble ng Inspire and sa Turkey and ayun lang po. I'm just waiting on that.
Ayun. Last two questions before we end this program. Ano nais mong marating sa inyong karate career? Alam natin, bata-bata ka pa at the age of 24. At marami kang gustong i-achieve ng goals. Mapa-sports, and even yun sa masters mo sa abroad. Anong gusto mong iset mong goals in the future?
Actually, yeah, coming back to karate noong 2019, I just thought that I was gonna go for SEA Games and then continue masters right away. Pero nagka-opportunity po with the Olympic qualifiers that was so big. And given that yung masters ko will be late next year pa, there's this one whole year of vacancy na pwede ko pang i-maximize yung athlete life. So I just hope na like I do well in all of next year's tournaments po. I'm just ready to maximize that po.
Last question before we formally end. Anong encouraging words sa mga bata na nanonood sa atin para ma-excel sa kanilang mga sports at maaari sa hinaharap ay maging future gold medalist sa mga international competitions?
Yeah, I just hope that the kids really get into sports because I'm such a fan of sports and such a believer of it. Like it can shape you it can shape your character and really make you a better person. That's what I believe po. And sports is just really something different. It brings the country together, grabe yung nationalism na nararamdaman. And it's a great time to be in sports because it's just peaking right now. Like we see that this is our best showing sa Olympics, and we actually have a gold medalist now in Heidi Lim. And this is just the start. So sports has a different view na. Parang people have a different view of sports now, and it's getting higher and higher and better. So get into sports and have dreams and goals and work for it po.
At syempre, dapat matutunan din yung mga bata sa mga sports clinics online. Lalo na meron din kayo sa AAK.
Yes, we do. And I mean, it's hard kasi pandemic nga po, but we do what we can. And if you want to give it a try, please try yung AAK Sports Clinic and just go to the AAK Karate page po on Facebook and kaya na po yun dyan.
Alright, so now it's your turn to have a closing remarks at sino ang dapat mong pasalamatan, sino ang dapat pabatiin at i-shoutout ng mga lahat ng mga supporters mo, mga best friends, family, and even the NSA, AAK, at iba pa. Please go ahead.
Yes, so thank you PSC, POC for the support, AAK, Karate Pilipinas. Grabe yung support ever since I was a 6-year-old kid until the end po, until now. And all my family, syempre, for the continuous support and the friends who are helping me get through this pandemic. Super grateful po ako sa lahat ng inyo and everyone watching. And to you, thank you for having me po.
At syempre, yung social media.
Oh yes, guys, give me a follow sa TikTok, sa Instagram, Jamie Christine Lim. Yes, that's it. Thank you guys. Check out yung Puso fundraiser namin ni Agatha and yung the Milo Community Pantry Project. Wala lang.
After that, mag-uusap pa tayo off-air para mabigyan pa kita ng gift after ng ECQ.
Oh, thank you. Thank you po.
Sige, last message sa ating mga Olympians. And of course, yung ating mga Paralympians natin na sasali sa Tokyo Olympics any moment from now. Anong gusto mo may parating mo mensahe sa kanila para suportahan nila sa kanilang kampanya sa Olympics? At mag-congratulate din ang ating mga Olympic medalists natin.
Yes, congratulations to all the Olympic medalists, Heidi Lim, everyone, Nesty, Carlo, Yumir, and everyone who played. Representing the country is something really different and ibang klase po. So super idol ko kayo lahat. And you did the country proud. And to the Paralympians, super good luck and this is a good time and we're feeling good and the spirits are high for the Philippines. So kayang-kaya niya.
Ayun. So sana supportan natin. And even Senator Manny Pacquiao na isa sa mga biggest supporters ng mga Philippine athletes. Lalaban din yan sa Sunday against
yes.
Sana
and super excited to watch him also this Sunday. So good luck then, Senator Manny.
Siyempre, Jamie, maraming salamat. Mag-uusap pa tayo off-air para maraming pag-diskusyonan. Kahit love life at siyempre pero importante pa rin karate. Karate is life.
Yes.
So, so much, Jamie, and I hope to see you again soon. Good luck the rest of the way, and God bless po. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Gab.
Salamat po. Bye.